Katy Perry, I just want to congratulate you on being the first astronaut to sing in space for real.
Thanks, Jeff. It was one small step for women, one giant leap for my lifetime's tour. By the way, it's Captain Perry now. I know you're just a simple businessman, but I went to space for real. That makes me space captain.
Really connected to that strong, divine feminine right now.
What are you guys gonna do up in space? What are you doing up there?
A space mission this morning. That's end time. This is beyond parody.
This is all for the benefit of Earth.
You care about Mother Earth, and it's about Mother Earth, and you're going up in a spaceship that is built.
Was Blue Origin's 10-minute spaceflight worth it for the planet? Whilst the all-female launch carrying the likes of Katy Perry and Lauren Sanchez has made history, it's also being called a gluttonous...
This isn't one of these things where we're like, women have gone to space, real space, been in space, died in space. Real women astronauts have gone to space. Wasn't a space station who just got back?
Yeah. Things behind the scenes, a total meltdown. We're talking phones flying, managers panicking, and Katy Perry absolutely losing it. Why? Because word just leaked and it's not pretty. The Simpsons, yes, the iconic cartoon that's roasted everyone from Trump to Tom Cruise, is coming for Katy. And baby, they're not holding back. Turns out the writers are working in secret on an episode that brutally mocks Katy's Blue Origin space adventure. And the moment Katy caught wind of it, boom, she spiraled. The drama, oh, it's nuclear. But why is she so desperate to kill the episode before it even airs? Buckle up, because the behind-the-scenes tea is steamy and straight-up jaw-dropping.
Galactic charges around $600,000 per seat, which, let's be honest, few can afford. Not to mention the environmental impact of actually producing the hydrogen fuel in the first place, which can be energy intensive. Then, of course, there's the obvious fact that Blue Origin is owned by Jeff Bezos, the founder.
I feel dumb around you. Anyway, when you sang in space, alien communication satellites picked up the sound waves.
And they loved it. I knew I felt a connection when I was in space for real. I sensed the magic of the universe coursing through my foof.
No, they transmitted this message to us.
Earth was shaking in Van Horn, Texas this morning for the ladies-only Blue Origin rocket launch. Katy Perry, Gayle King, and Jeff Bezos' fiancée, Lauren Sanchez, became the first group of women ever to visit outer space in a giant...
I was winding down from a rehearsal the other day and I was listening to Cosmos by Carl Sagan and reading a book on string theory, and wow. Yeah, I was like going to bed. That was definitely like helping. I was like, Pythagoras, yeah. Pythagoras. But you know, I've always been interested in astrophysics and interested in astronomy and astrology and the stars. I feel like we are all made of stardust and we all come.
Insiders spill that the Simpsons crew has been quietly cooking up a savage takedown of her entire trip. And trust me, it's not a flattering tribute. The draft scripts reportedly show a cartoon Katy spiraling in zero gravity, panicking over silly things, fumbling basic tasks, and hosting these ridiculously dramatic pressers once she's back on Earth. It's giving diva in space energy, not heroic explorer. And the best part? They're pulling it all from her real-life interviews, but with a satirical twist, of course. Basically, they're dialing up the drama and turning it into comedy gold.
Okay, I'm gonna show you the capsule that we have been training in for the last few days. Here I am. Seat number 2. Here on the New Shepherd. I think I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna sing a little bit. I gotta sing in space. And these are all of my astronaut girly friends. We are the Taken Up Space crew.
Once Katy's team got wind of what was brewing, it was DEFCON 1. Phones blew up, emails flew. They called it a targeted attack and said it distorted her real intentions. Her reps begged the network to either cancel the episode or at least tone it down. But honey, that just made the Simpsons writers double down. The controversy is sizzling now.
The 6 women flew to the internationally recognized boundary of space. Their launch used a fully reusable rocket developed for space tourism and was fueled by liquid oxygen oxygen and hydrogen, meaning no carbon emissions were released during flight. Katy Perry sang What a Wonderful World, and the crew became female pioneers, representing Blue Origin's 11th human journey to the edge of space. In terms of contributing to research into human space travel and inspiring young women into science, it's great, right? Well, people are pointing out that there was only one.
This was supposed to be a historic, empowering moment for women in space, but instead it looked more like a bougie influencer stunt. The whole mission felt less trailblazer and more Instagram real. And with The Simpsons now ready to parody the crash and burn, Katy's public image isn't soaring, it's plummeting.
Katy Perry, I just want to congratulate you on being the first astronaut to sing in space for real.
Thanks, Jeff. It was one small step for women, one giant leap for my lifetime's tour. By the way, it's Captain Perry now. I know you're just a simple businessman, but I went to space for real. That makes me Space Captain Perry.
Excuse me, Captain. Hello? We have a problem. You need to get down here right away. All right, we'll be right there. What's the problem?
Please, Jeff, you don't know as much about this stuff as I do. I sang in space for real, after all. So what's the problem?
Man, for some reason I feel dumb around you. Anyway, when you sang in space, alien communication satellites picked up the sound waves.
And they loved it. I knew I felt a connection when I was in space for real. I sensed the magic of the universe coursing through my foof.
No, they transmitted this message to us.
Greetings, I am Superlin, captain of the non-binary from the planet Endopharma. My species is gender fluid, so our pronouns can morph from Z-Zim to bleep blorp at any moment. And we pee out of our big green jugs. When we heard Katy Perry sing, it was triggering for us. I mean, who the hell makes a real spaceflight about themselves by trying to sing to an entire planet without consent?
Let's rewind. 6 women, including Katy, boarded that Blue Origin rocket, the one bankrolled by billionaire Jeff Bezos. The media hyped it up like it was the new moon landing. Headlines screamed, all-female crew makes history. But once the internet got a good look, the excitement crumbled fast.
5 more words.
Katy Perry regrets space flight. Michelle, sad story. Katy Perry reportedly regrets making the all-female Blue Origin ride such a big spectacle. And she especially regrets the video from inside the pod being released after all the backlash she's gotten. Do you feel bad for her?
No.
No.
No, not even. It's okay. Leave Flynn up there. Flynn, bye. You look.
People weren't clapping, they were cringing. The flight lasted only 11 minutes, and the weightlessness just 4 minutes. 4. That's barely enough time to take a selfie, let alone make history. Folks online felt duped.
I don't like that people are calling it a ride. A ride, you know, you never see a male astronaut who's going up in space and they said, oh, he took a ride. We actually duplicated the route that Alan Shepard did. No one said he took that ride. Yeah. It's always referred to as a flight or a journey. So I feel that that's a little disrespectful to what the mission was and what the work that Blue Origin does.
The media hyped this like it was groundbreaking, a girl power explosion in orbit, but in reality, it was a glorified suborbital Uber ride. Instead of scientific breakthroughs, it screamed, PR stunt with a glitter filter.
That's strength. So I feel really connected to that strong, divine feminine right now.
By the way, you're such a bad. Love that the month of April, you're like, I'm going to space and I'm launching my tour.
Expectations were sky high. What we got? A luxury amusement park ride. One fan joked the crew should have at least spent days in space, not minutes. And yeah, the memes, relentless.
Up there for 3 minutes. Speaking of Jeff Bezos' sexy. 3 minutes, I tell you, Paul. And got down like, you know, they thought they'd never see.
Can you even blame the backlash? The hype made it sound like a life-changing mission, but it ended up looking like a super exclusive celebrity getaway. And right in the center of this sparkly mess, Katy, of course.
Tim Dillon went on a hilarious rant about the women that went to space during episode 440 of his podcast.
This isn't one of these things where we're like women have gone to space, real space, been in space, died in space. Real women astronauts have gone to space. Wasn't a space station who just got back. She was stuck up there for months and months. This in space 6 minutes, and she's acting like she's the first slit to go to space. You are not the first slit in space. Slits have been going to space. I don't get it. It's the craziest thing in the world. Women have been in space. They've been in space. This person is acting like it's a big deal because she's famous. That's her whole thing. She's like, no, you don't understand. I have a life worth losing, and I went. That's her whole point.
And get this, the training they did before launch, Literally, practice seat belting. That's it. In, out, buckle, unbuckle. One trainer even laughed about it. No complex simulations, no drills, nothing that screams real astronaut
mission craft was frivolous. Nothing around this space flight, this space journey, that's how they wanted to be referred to, not a flight, was frivolous. Meanwhile, they invited the Kardashians. Okay, they literally, they could invite anybody in the world to watch them, and they invited Oprah and the Kardashians. But then they don't understand why we didn't take it seriously. Then you have them kissing the ground when they got off of it. Honestly, like they had just been saved from the Titanic and got back on land. Ahoy, mateys! No, they were kissing the ground. They were up there for 3 minutes. Speaking of Jeff Bezos, 3 minutes, I tell you, Paul, and got down like, they thought they'd never see us again. Then you have those two more who are doing the commentary at Mission Control, one of whom is former Fox/CNN, one of whom is ESPN, sitting there talking about this again like it's Apollo 13, like they're in real danger. They could get stuck up there. And as they
space, it's the training, it's the team, it's the whole thing. I couldn't recommend this experience more. This is like up there with all the, different tools that I've learned in my life, from meditation to the Hoffman process. This is up there because what you're doing is you're like really finding the love for yourself, because you got to trust in yourself on this.
Still, Katy hyped it up like it was the Met Gala in space. She joked about putting the ass back in astronaut. 2 days of basic training and she's ready to launch. Baby, the internet ate that up.
It all comes down to literally they learned how to buckle their seatbelts and wear the suits that were designer and showed Lauren Sanchez's. Okay. No one's going to convince me that those rockets are not phallic. I think we're all just part of some weird Jeff Bezos fantasy right now.
But remember, this wasn't NASA. This was Blue Origin, a luxury private space company. And that Space for Everyone slogan? Yeah, try $200,000, 0 cents to $500, 0 cents a seat. Not exactly budget freely.
This is all for the benefit of Earth.
You have done so many incredible things in your life, selling millions of records, selling out stadiums. Where does this experience rate for you?
This experience is second to being a mom. Yeah, that's it. And that's why it was hard for me to go, because that's all my love right there. And I have to surrender and trust that the universe is going to take care of me and protect me, and also my family and my daughter.
That price tag, a slap in the face to 99% of us. It's empowering only if you're already rich. While Katy sparkled in her astronaut suit, regular people were struggling just to pay rent. Even celebs like Emily Ratajkowski called it out, saying billionaires were playing astronaut while the world burned.
I feel really connected to that strong, divine feminine right now.
What are you guys gonna do up in space? What are you doing up there? A space mission this morning. That's in time. This is beyond parody.
This is all for the benefit of Earth.
You care about Mother Earth, and it's about Mother Earth, and you're going up in a spaceship that is built and paid for by a company that's single-handedly destroying the planet.
To me, it's such a reminder about how we need to do better, be better.
It's so much money to go to space.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's a lot of people who can't even afford eggs. If you want to go to space, why do you need to tell us about it?
Yes, the crew had big names: Katy, Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez, Aisha Bowe, Amanda Nunez, and Corinna Flynn. But let's be real. Even with a legit NASA engineer and a civil rights icon on board, people still questioned if this was about female empowerment or just flashy PR.
All their training comes down to this. Their training? What are you saying? Lauren Sanchez can't string 2 sentences together. She's only known for showing her breasts to people. Gayle King we don't know how smart she is. All we know is that she's friends with Oprah. That's how she's gotten every gig she's ever gotten. And then you got Katy Perry, who spent her big moment spending more time looking inside the camera than outside the craft, because she was too obsessed with showing us the little things she'd brought to space and making sure she was seen on camera with her doe-eyed little look. And so
I don't like that people are calling it a ride. A ride, you never see a man, a male astronaut who's going up in space and they said, oh, he took a ride. We actually duplicated the route that Alan Shepard did. No one said he took that ride. Yeah. It's always referred to as a flight or a journey. So I feel that that's a little disrespectful to what the mission was and what the work that Blue Origin does.
I thought that they got a lot of respect. I was a little surprised at this.
It was a ride. You're not an astronaut. She said she was the mission. You went up and you came down.
Critics did not hold back. Emily Ratajkowski clapped back again, calling it tone deaf. And she had a point. All this environmental destruction for an 11-minute glam trip, the media's glamorizing, the celebrity obsession, it all backfired hard. Sure, Gail and Lauren tried to spin it back. Gail said she hoped it inspire young girls. Lauren praised the hardworking Blue Origin team. But baby, the public was already side-eyeing.
Gail King, upset because there's been a lot of blowback, and I'll play it in a minute, but like from Hollywood leftists, not just people like you and me, but like Hollywood leftists. These are the people who are supposed to love them, who are ripping these women to shreds. It's beautiful. And Gail King is upset and had a few things that she needed to explain to those of us who don't understand what a hero she is.
Despite the PR push, people weren't buying it. It looked more like a $500 0 K photo shoot than a real leap for women in space.
Virgin Galactic charges around $600,000 per seat, which, let's be honest, few can afford. Not to mention the environmental impact of actually producing the hydrogen fuel in the first place, which can be energy intensive. Then, of course, there's the obvious fact that Blue Origin is owned by Jeff Bezos.
And while the press screamed historic, real ones remembered women have already been making space history for decades. From Valentina Tereshkova in the E-60S to modern-day NASA queens, this wasn't breaking new ground. So imagine this. You've just landed back on Earth from your bougie 11-minute ride through the stratosphere, and suddenly you are the laughingstock of Twitter, Reddit, TikTok, and now The Simpsons? Yep, they're coming for Katy with a full roast package. Allegedly, the animated version of Katy is being portrayed as this glitter-drenched diva demanding everyone call her Captain Perry, bragging about how she sang in space for real while ignoring actual astronauts who've trained for years. And in the cartoon's leaked lines, she's making galactic-level claims about cosmic magic flowing through her foof. Yes, foof. Oh, you heard that right. It's giving Delulu. It's giving self-written fan fiction. It's giving cringe. So now aliens are offended, non-binary extraterrestrials from some made-up planet named Endo are triggered, and they're demanding an apology? Oh, and it's all Katy's fault because she sang without their consent? Baby, what even is this plot? But guess what? Katy did clap back. Loudly. She wasn't gonna sit there and be meme-fied without putting her own glittery spin on the narrative. Fast forward to April 23rd, Mexico City. Katy's mid-concert, lights are down, crowd is screaming, and she walks out in a full-blown space-themed stage outfit like she's about to host the Intergalactic Grammys. Then she asks the audience, has anyone ever called your dreams crazy? Mic drop. That wasn't just a random motivational moment, that was a direct response to every single hater dragging her across the cosmos. And just to drive the point home, she brought two fans on stage, both dressed in astronaut suits matching her current timeline. Coincidence? Hardly. That was her way of saying, I'm still here, still sparkly, and I'll spacewalk my way over your opinions. Well, let's rewind a bit further. Katy told Elle she's been obsessed with space since forever. Back in 2010, sis dropped $200,000, 0 cents, on a Virgin Galactic ticket. She was into aliens, stargazing, the whole thing. Even Russell Brand, her ex-husband, was on board with the space vibes before their marriage crashed harder than her PR team this week. And now in 2025, she finally did it. She blasted off, and despite the glitter fallout, she told Elle she didn't have time to be scared. She was too busy bossing up, handling business. Only when the countdown hit did it really sink in. And what did she do? Make it glam, obviously. She turned NASA into NYFW, y'all. Her now infamous quote, "We're gonna put the ass in astronaut." Iconic or idiotic? Depends who you ask. But back to the mission. While Katy was bringing the sparkle, Gail King was trying to remind everyone there was a purpose. In an interview with Extra, she explained that the flight had a research angle. One of the goals was to study waste disposal, like how to possibly eject Earth's garbage into space. Did we just say they want to shoot our trash into orbit? Like Wall-E, but make it luxury. Gail added that two of the other women on board were conducting actual experiments. She wanted people to stop judging the surface-level optics and look deeper. Problem is, the sparkle kind of blinded everyone first. Gail even described the launch like giving birth. Terrifying, beautiful, completely life-altering. Eileen, And for her, it wasn't about fame or clout. It was about breaking personal boundaries. Oprah even gave her the go-ahead. Yes, the Oprah. And when Mama O blesses your space trip, who's going to argue? But still, the backlash didn't stop. Even people Gayle respected turned on her, posting snarky tweets, side-eye Instagram stories. She said it made her sad, disappointed. She truly believed the mission was meant to inspire young women, not end up as cartoon parody content. She pleaded, please don't ignore the inspiration this gave to women and girls. And honestly, some did listen. DMs and letters flooded in from young girls, even grown women, saying things like, I never thought I could do that until I saw you. But on the flip side, environmentalists weren't feeling the girl boss narrative. The carbon footprint of these quick trips? Massive. All that fuel, all that cost for 11 minutes in space in the middle of a climate crisis, it hit differently. It felt tone deaf. Not to mention the $500 0 cents K price tag. Peace for everyone? Please. This was space for the 1%. The blue suits, the PR campaign, the selfies with the rocket critics were done. It didn't feel empowering. It felt exclusionary. People wanted purpose, not pomp. And about that all-female first headline, let's be real. Women have been going to space for decades, from Sally Ride to Christina Koch to Peggy Whitson. This wasn't groundbreaking, it was marketing. And the public, they clocked that real quick. This whole thing became the case study on how not to do a space mission rollout. If you're gonna hype it like a revolution, there better be receipts, not sparkly boots and Instagram captions. And let's not forget the wave of TikToks mocking Katy. The fake Captain Perry skits, the zero-gravity freak-out challenge. Even fashion bloggers roasted her for treating the capsule like a catwalk. It was unrelenting, and right as the internet started to calm down, boom, The Simpsons stepped in, ready to immortalize the disaster forever in animated satire. So here we are now, with Katy and her team scrambling to stop the episode from airing. But you know how The Simpsons roll. Once they smell blood, it's over. This parody is happening, and it's gonna be messy. Fans are split. Some are defending Katy, saying the backlash is sexist, that male celebs don't get dragged this hard for similar stunts. They say, nope, this wasn't about gender. It was about authenticity, or lack thereof. So now the question is, did Katy really deserve all this? Did she walk into the fire with a bedazzled spacesuit and no escape plan? Or was she genuinely trying to inspire and just got swept up in the glittery chaos? At the end of the day, this whole saga, glam suits, alien outrage, press meltdowns, Simpsons parodies, and all, might just be a painful reminder that no matter how far you fly, the internet will always drag you back down. And let's face it, Katy's space journey didn't launch her into the future. It launched 1,000 memes, parodies, think pieces, and now a TV episode that might go down as one of the most savage pop culture roast ever. Whether The Simpsons goes through with airing it or not, the damage is done. Katy Perry's historic space trip is now immortalized, not as a step for womankind, but as the celebrity PR disaster that tried to orbit the truth and crashed right into the satire zone. So, what do you think? Was Katy really trying to make history? Or was it all just a glitter-coated detour to the most expensive photo op of all time? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to smash that like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more scorching hot tea straight from the Hollywood galaxy. Until next time, keep your heels on the ground and your glitter in space. Glitter in space.